Hi guys, so as you saw, I have a coloring book now, and now that I am an official coloring book artist, I need to actually have some colors, and I did not have any when I started. You would think that I would have a color collection before I started making the book, but I didn't. So now we have to test various marker company. So of course, the number one marker company that I have been hearing about over and over and over again, Ohuhu markers. Now mind you, I used to call them Ohuhu. I don't know how I came up with Ohuhu, but I just could not figure out how to say them. But it is Ohuhu, and this marker set is their 36 color skin tone set. This is not a sponsored video. I paid for these with my own money because I was bullied into them by you all because you kept saying Ohuhu, 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 Ohuhu. Say it 3 times and they shall appear. So I am going to test this out in my coloring book. And about my coloring book, it is 36 pages, all illustrated by me, no AI included. Yes, shade. This is 100-pound paper, and it is velvety smooth. It's gonna eat up those markers like butter, and it's gonna be like coloring with watercolor. So because I'm using the skin tone, it's only right if I actually pick an image that has a lot of skin tone in it. So we're gonna skim through here, and we're testing out skin tones. I need skin. I need some skin. The cowgirl. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm feeling very Cowboy Carter with this one. Now, with all alcohol markers, you are going to want to put a protective sheet behind your work. Even with this being really thick paper, I still say put a protective sheet because the alcohol will soak through. Unless, of course, you're using an illustration board or a actual marker pad. That way it won't see through. But most of the time, most people don't have that. You're getting a coloring book. Most of the time, the coloring books, your alcohol markers are going to see through, so just protect yourself. I went ahead and I did the swatches for Ohuhu. Like I said, it's 36 colors, and it's a nice color range. It is a nice color range. Now, mind you, Ohuhu, even though it's not the same price as Copic, or Prismacolor, it is still, for some people, a pricey brand. So I would be amiss if I did not show you guys that there is another alternative skin tone marker set. This one is 12 colors, and this is the color palette for it. This is $7.99 on Amazon. So if you are just like, I'm not really trying to get that serious, I just want something to relax with, this, I would suggest checking these out. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do a comparison between the two, so you can decide which one you would rather go with. The thing I'm going to say off the jump with this marker set, the 36 color one, is that you get a nice range. You'll see that some of the budget marker sets that you'll see on Amazon and TikTok shop, they'll be all different shades of beige. It'll be just like walking into Sephora and going right up to the Euphoria counter and wondering where are the dark shades. You need all shades because we know that skin comes in more than just shades of peach. We have olive tones, we have tan tones, we have brown tones, we have deep brown tones, and we have undertones. So I'm very happy that they gave us a full range. We got all the way from like milk white, we got all the way to chestnut brown. So yes, for giving us a full color range. Video, we're really only testing out these colors so you can see if this is something that you may want to purchase. In my next video, we are going to go into drawing some of the different skin tones so that we can learn how to shade them and really get into that. Yes, we're going into a whole coloring series. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button and leave me a comment on things that you want to learn. And also any questions you have about Procreate. We are still doing our Procreate stuff. We are on a journey to learning all the things. I'm going to go with a slightly tannish look for her. So I'm using mainly yellows. I'm going to be using primary yellow, buttercup yellow, and regular yellow. And before you go say yellow, these colors are not the same as you would get in the regular set, the skin tone ones. Because I can show you right now, this is the yellow in the skin tone set. Whereas if you get any other set of markers, they'll be the color of my nail. You see the difference? So yeah, I'm gonna go with this, and I may pick another color along the way. We'll see as we go. Okay, now that I've got my base color down, I'm gonna go in with the yellow. This is gonna be my mid-range shading. I always do my lightest tone as my base. My mid-range tone is where I'm gonna start placing my shading, and then I'll go in with a third marker, and that will give me like my deeper shadows on the face. I just did the content creator sin. I didn't realize I didn't turn my camera on to film this next part. I am kicking myself right now. You missed how I did this shade. It's okay, because this is only the second level of shading. You can see where I placed it, and you'll be able to see me to the third level. I am crying. But I'm happy I looked up and realized it wasn't recording. Anyway, I'm gonna start contouring her face. Now I give my ladies 2016 makeup, always 2016 makeup with 2024 eyebrows. We don't do the 2016 eyebrows. We do not have eyebrow blindness around here. So to do that, I'm just gonna put my I'm gonna extend my hand out a little bit. This works for me. Mind you, this just is my own crazy technique that I just recently made up. I am not an expert at this. I'm just gonna put my marker down, and I'm just gonna quickly pull. You see how that contour just starts to pop out and changes her face? This works really well when you have picked your marker tones out. The primary yellow and the yellow complement each other. That's also why you see it looks like such a seamless blend the whole way through. They complement each other. So make sure you always keep a scrap piece of paper next to you and line up your colors that you want to use so you can see how well they blend together. That's gonna make it so much easier when you're trying to do your skin tone. Now you don't have to do what I'm doing. If you're more comfortable with, if you want to add contour, you are highly encouraged, and it's perfectly okay to do it with color pencil. In fact, that's what I used to do it with. I used to do it with color pencil, and then I decided to get bold and bougie one day. I'm actually going to just keep the phone on and keep talking as I move into the next phase of shading. And for this, I'm using buttercup yellow. It's going to give me a deeper shadow. The first place I'm going to start is under her hat, because I know that's where most of her shadow is going to be. And I'm doing this in phase. I may even get a color and go even darker than this. But be careful, because if you put too much alcohol in one area, it will start to lift. And while you're in this phase and you're planning out what skin tones you want to do, also think of your makeup, because your makeup that you're going to use could play a part in it as well, unless you plan on doing your makeup with color pencil. And I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier. I'm just going to press down and tap underneath so I can get some sculpted look going on here. See, now we're puckered. We're sculpted. A drag queen would be proud. Look at that. It literally changed her face. Put some little here because I want her to have a little smirk. She's reading you for filth silently. She's judging you because you can't get your mechanical bull right. And then I'm going to go and add more shading to where I think the darkest parts of her are going to be. Under her neck, under her hat, maybe parts of her ear. I'm not using a reference. Usually I would, but like I said, I'm literally just doing this to test the skin tones. And this is also a preference of mine. I always make the area around the eyes dark so that when I put my makeup on, they pop. I feel like if I leave the skin too light, it's gonna take a lot longer for me to build up the color that I want, whereas it'll pop off the darker marker tone a lot easier. See, I'm just going in there and just making sure that it blends. Now, if you ever get to the point where you have an edge that doesn't want to blend, you just get the last color that you used and go over the edge, and they'll blend together like watercolor. Don't do too much because sometimes, like I said, it can start to lift. And as you start coloring, you'll see what I mean. But I don't use the colorless blender. Like you get these in almost every marker set, the white colorless blender. I don't use them. I don't like them. The only time you'll see me use them is if I'm working with color pencil, because the alcohol in the colorless blender will activate the wax from the color pencil and give you an almost watercolor effect. So they're perfect for that. But I hate using them with the marker. No, we're gonna learn how to blend using the marker and the marker alone. And if we need some assistance, we'll get it from color pencils. We are not going in there with straight alcohol, basically liquor in a plastic castle. Okay, so I got the base of her down. I'm definitely gonna have to do another video so you can really see how I do all the shading. But again, this is mainly to test if Ohuhus are worth the money. Now, because we're doing the skin tone marker set, I'm going to try to see if I can finish most of this with just the skin tone marker set. And then if we have to come back in another video, I can show you guys how to enhance it using acrylic marker on top. So for her lips, I want to do a classic like lip combo. And I'm actually going to just keep her lips the same skin tone that they are. I'm going to put down the primary base again. This is gonna be a lip gloss look. So I put down my primary base. And now I'm gonna go in and darken that upper lip. It just makes it come to life more when that upper lip is darker. I don't make the rules. I'm gonna add some of that shading to the bottom. Okay, now we have that. Now I want a deep lip liner. So looking at my swatches here, I'm gonna go for a chocolate lip liner. Where's my chocolate? I wish I could arrange these in the thing. But here's one thing I hate about Ohuhu and a lot of markers. They put these markers in a bag with no Spanx. They just in here, just a jiggling. There ain't no skims. They just BBL drizzying all over the bag. I just want them to like put something in them to make them sit nice, and so I can arrange them according to color. Ohuhu, if you ever see this, put some skims on them. Like, give me some structure, some boning, some spank, some something. Jeez. Now back to the thing. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to line the lips. I'm trying to do this without putting my hand in the way so y'all can see it. I'm gonna line the lips with the chocolate. I probably could have gone lighter than this, but oh well. Some girls use black, so it's fine. And I'm gonna let that sit for a minute and you're gonna see it kind of spread all on its own. Don't worry if you go out of line. This is one of the things I always suggest. Get yourself some acrylic paint pens and you can clean up any mistake that you have. So we're gonna let that sit for like just a few seconds and then we're gonna go back in with our shading color that we used on the rest of her skin. And we're gonna kind of blend that a little bit more along the edges. What I want to do is keep the center part light so we can have like a nice ombre effect going. But you can always darken the upper lip. I'm sticking with this marker set. I'm gonna get myself this set comes with, I believe it comes with a gray, and you're gonna need that gray because I'm gonna start on the eyes while that is setting. I'm gonna use that gray to give the eyes a little bit of dimension at the top because your eyes do need shadow in them. You can barely see it, but it's just there. Just there. And we're going to go with, let's do a rose beige eye. I don't know what color this is. This is a terracotta. This is a terracotta. I think it's gonna be, yes, it's very pretty. I'm gonna save that because I'm gonna also use that as her, the base of her hat. Okay, now that I got that dry, I'm gonna go in with a Jelly Roll white marker using size 10. I'm gonna add my highlights. This is what sells it because at first it kind of looks kind of dark and kind of boring, but now we can really sell it. This is that really good dollar store lip liner. You know what I'm talking about. They just have your lips looking like juicy fruit. She got that lip gloss and it's popping. I'm going to, no, I'm going to attempt to give her a little bit of color on her cheeks. I could end up regretting this, but we'll see. We're gonna do the same technique, so take too much off. Okay, I am back. I am convinced there is some that my phone and YouTube are mad with me because why did my phone just stop recording and was like, you out of space? And I'm like, for all the money I paid for this phone, what am I doing out of space? Anyway, so the face is done, the lip is done. The good thing that I love about these skin tone markers is that they give you such a wide range of colors. You can go ahead and you can do the entire image in just the skin tones. They have all the different browns and everything you can use, you could want. So let's just go ahead and try to finish this up. Okay, so I got the most part of her done that I'm gonna do in this video. Don't get mad at me for not doing the hat. I have a reason. The hat will be done in a separate video because that is a whole nother process. We're gonna be attempting to do leather cow print. I'm gonna actually be using not only the marker set but also acrylic markers, so it's gonna be a totally different technique. It's gonna be really fun, and I hope that you come back for that one. To finish up this, once again, I'm gonna go to my gel pen since we already were using that, and I'm gonna add my highlights to my earrings because they're metal. I want to add the highlights back in there. Now I'm gonna give her a quick smoky eye look, and for this I'm going to be using my terracotta, my bronze, basically the same colors that I used in her hair. It's like I said earlier, we're going to try to keep this using what's in the skin tone marker set the most, and I'm trying to stay with the darker brown so that the alcohol doesn't cause it to lift again. Like I said, you are more than welcome to go in this with some colored pencils. They work great as well for this. I'm just gonna go ahead with some markers. And right away, and I'm leaving her like a little cut crease look. So I'm really just following the shape of her eyes. Again, this page is from my coloring book, Vibe and Color Volume 1, the Baddie edition. So if you want to color it, it's available for pre-order if you want the spiral bound version. But if you want the loose cardstock version, that is available immediately. So I got my terracotta on there. It's already looking really good. I'm gonna darken my edges. And see, it was nice. It's nice. It's simple. It really sets it off. And if I really want to set it off, and this is something that you can do, I have some glitter gel pen ink. So I'm just gonna grab like a gold here. I have a deeper gold, but I don't know whether I dropped the pen early and I don't feel like looking for it. And I'm just gonna put that in, trying to avoid going over her lashes, just working the crevices. And look at that. This is a makeup look I would wear. And that's that for this episode. If you like this, please let me know how you thought of it and leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a part 2 where we go in with some acrylic markers and we're going to give you a cow print, and maybe we'll also practice a leopard print as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a great day. See you soon.